Peace to the family. Shalom. Yeah, I'm right back, man. 2 in one day, and I don't normally do 2 videos in one day. But there's always an exception to every rule. Y'all know the rules though. When y'all come up in my house, you have to hit the like button. It's the only rule I have. You have to hit the like button when you come up in my house. With that being said, I'm going to go ahead and share this a few places, and I'll be right with you, brothers and sisters. Let's go.
These secrets in my head, oh, how they burden me. These secrets in my head burn with urgency. If I tell you 1 or 2 or 3, can you keep them between you and me? Dirty secrets. No.
America's dirty secrets, no longer secrets hidden. Everything's in plain view, every prophecy came true. Like the fact we no longer black stating our claim as Jews. Rearranging, exchanging shoes at the end of this lake of fire. The return of the great Messiah, infinity death. To our enemies for the crimes of murder and identity theft. To infinity living as priests and kings, our queens and their royalty. Amongst the children of Israel, never seen so much loyalty. The time is now to repent of your secrets. Get exposed, brought to the light. Can't even imagine, it can be tragic. What's gonna happen when Christ kill all of you faggots and you lesbos? It's a rap like an egg roll. For all you hoes fornicating that can't keep your legs closed. From Cleveland to Fresno. Until you coons, you probably know though. And if you don't, for you it gets ugly and Quasimodo. I'm not adhering to Deuteronomy 7 and 3 for thinking Becky is sexy and what Johnny Heaven can be. Sick and it's sad that you was smitten with madness. Got you in some shit thick as molasses. You're blind to the laws, you better get you some glasses. Repent and act for forgiveness, do it quicker than cashes. Cause time is drawing near for the wicked in high places that is own. Approaching the unknowns, annihilate them. Allah, the realest in my nation. Kwam Yasha Allah, can't you feel the vibration? The time is now.
Hit that like button, family. Let's go.
So the conclusion, if Christ is in us, to fight within us, to live a life as sinners, build us up from ice to menace. Second chance if you were born again, Christ beginner. To get it right, we meant to fight whatever life presents us. Until you commit Islam and all you 5%ers alive, they divide the foolers and conquer our wildest rulers. Back on the scene today, you see us on your YouTube, bringing the truth down. We working on a new house. The time is now to repent of your secrets. The time is now to repent of your secrets.
What's going on, family? What is going on? Welcome to another edition of Maccabees TV. It's your brother, Priest Daniela, Alliance of Israel, Maccabees Alliance Council. This is just an impromptu video, sort of like a test video. Let me shout a few people out. It's my second time being live today. I don't normally do that. Shout out to the Deacon, Aisha Yar in the building. Heavenly 13. Shalom to you, Star. Shalom to you, Augustus Kane. You already know. Linda Rick, shalom to you. Versatile Red, shalom to you. Lawyer Kahan, my moderator, always a supporter. Shalom to you. So I'm testing, family. I'm testing. I'm going to, a lot of y'all have been asking me for a calling number. When I do shows, sometimes y'all want to call in and you want to be heard. So I'm kind of testing that out right now. I'm going to give y'all a calling number in a moment in case anybody wants to call in. Maybe nobody wants to call in. That's fine too. I'm going to give y'all a number in a second. Okay. And if anybody wants to call in, you guys can call in and you could be heard. Shout out to my man, Mashah Ben Israel, Holy Saints and Apostles. I see you. Shalom to you. So I'm going to give that number out in a moment. I don't want to give it out yet because I don't want nobody to call me before I just go over this real quick, right? So some of y'all, most of y'all saw the video I put out earlier. Today is December 31st, 2019, so-called New Year's Eve. So I put a video out earlier showing you brothers and sisters concerning the Calendar Act of 1752. Let me share my screen. Let's get right to it. In case you're under a rock and you didn't see what I showed earlier, this is the Calendar Reform Act of 1752. Brothers and sisters, I have a whole video on it I did earlier. I'm not going to go into it again. But when you study this, you see how Britain in the year 1752, they reformed the calendar and moved the new year from March to January. It's not the first time it happened in history. Julius Caesar did that all the way back in BC times. But this is the most modern time, or the most modern time in history, when they moved the calendar from March to January, right? And America comes out of the British Empire, which is also biblical. The eighth head, which is of the seventh, that's in the book of Revelation. That's for another time. So America and Britain is upholding ancient Roman customs of keeping the new year in January. So for those of you that have family members, friends, co-workers, etc., that don't believe in the Bible, that will not accept scripture, you can actually show them historically that the new year was changed from the spring to the dead of winter. You can show them that historically, what they're going to say then. All right. Also, I just want to show you brothers and sisters something else too. My brother definitely inboxed me and he wanted me to make you brothers and sisters aware of this, right? I'm going to do a whole PowerPoint on the calendar reform, right? But this is a good book to get. It's called The Third Crown, right? It's a study in world government. Well, let's just go ahead and look at it, right? It's a study. It's called The Third Crown, a study in world government exercised by the popes. Okay, exercised by the popes. And the brother sent me this excerpt from the book, right? I'm not sure what page it is. He took a screenshot of it. He wanted me to share it with you, brothers and sisters, which I did not do last live stream. So I promised him I would when I went live again. And it says Pope Pius's successor, Gregory XIII, also supported the Catholic League in France, but he is best known for ordering the reform of the calendar, which involved the dropping of 10 days. So the 5th through the 14th of October was dropped from the calendar in 1582, and the establishment of leap years to bring it into line with the seasons. The Gregorian calendar took immediate effect in Catholic countries and was in time accepted throughout the world. Now remember, as I was explaining to my brother online, the British, the English, they did not accept Roman Catholicism. They had their own separate church called the Church of England. So they didn't really fall in line with this until 1752. You had other European countries that fell in line with this before, but Britain fell in line with this in 1752. And we know America comes from Britain. America was established so-called 1776. So that's when we see how you had the calendar moved in, in our space of the world where we're from. It was moved from March to January, and it's known as the Calendar Reform Act of 1752. This is good information for you brothers and sisters to have. If you did not catch my last live stream, this is good information for you to have, especially for brothers and sisters that don't accept the Bible. Maybe something like this will bring somebody to the Bible because it was already written in the Bible that the New Year's is spring and not New Year's is spring and it's not the dead of winter, January. Tonight is not New Year's Eve. That's a whole lot of nonsense. All right. So I just wanted to show you brothers and sisters that. So what I'm going to do now, and man, I hope you guys don't make me regret it. Maybe nobody wants to call in. I'm going to put a calling number in the chat. right? Now, you guys have been asking me for this for the longest, right? So I'm going to go ahead and put the caller number in the chat. I will take phone calls. I have one rule, right? I'm going to hear you out. You don't have to call it. If some of you may call it, you may disagree with me, you may not like me, whatever. I will take your phone call. I will hear you out. We both can't speak at the same time. I'm going to ask you to be respectful, right? That's all I ask. Be respectful. If you're respectful of me, I will be respectful of you. I will allow you to speak, all right? And we can have a dialogue, all right? But if you're disrespectful, I'm telling you now, I'm going to bang on you. If you don't know what banging on you is, that's New York slang for I'm going to hang the damn phone up on you. Simple as that, okay? So if anybody wants to call in, I'll take your phone number. I'll take your phone calls. I'm just really testing this. This is just a test, okay? My moderators, you guys can continue to share this. I will take the phone call. In the meantime, until somebody calls in, let me go ahead and share my screen again. Let's go to the next tab because we got to stay abreast of what's going on, right? Because there's still stuff going on, right? We're not out the woods yet. We're not going to be out the woods until the kingdom. So let me go ahead and share my screen again. And let's go to the next thing, all right? Man, you guys waste no time. No time. Okay. So I got somebody calling in. I'm going to go ahead and accept the call. And hopefully you brothers and sisters can hear them. Let's go.
Augustus.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Maccabees TV. This is Priest Daniela. And state your name and where you calling from.
Yeah, this is Augustus Kane. I'm calling from Philadelphia. Shalom, Priest Daniela. It's me, Augustus Kane.
My man, Augustus Kane. Shalom to you, man. What's good? What can I do for you today?
I just had some. I just want to let you know something. Last year's Passover, I was going to go to the last year's Passover, but I didn't make it because the money was involved because I was trying to do a loan, but next year's Passover, I got $800 saved right now, so I won't make it to next year's Passover. I just want to know and ask you, when will be the next Passover, and will it be the same location at Cleveland, or it's going to be a different location? I think you said Baltimore.
Yeah. So we're having the Passover this year, the Maccabees Alliance. We're having the Passover this year in Baltimore, Maryland. So the date that we currently have, Hostile Migta, I took care of you. We're having the Passover in Baltimore, Maryland, and we should be having it April the 6th. That's the date that we came up with, April the 6th. Okay, so if you need any more information, this is the number. Give me a call, and I'll tell you, brothers and sisters, more about it. Probably my next live stream. I'll go into the whole Passover thing. If anybody wants to celebrate the Passover with Lions of Israel, Ambassadors of Christ, AOC, and all the camps of the Maccabees Alliance, if y'all want to celebrate the Passover with us, commemorate the Passover with us, I'll give you information about that next live stream. All right?
No doubt. Thanks, Priest. Yeah, so I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna surely be there. I'm not gonna miss this one.
Okay, all praises. It'll be good to see you again. It's been a while.
Yeah, Augustus King will be in the building that night.
Okay, all praises, man. It was good. It's definitely good to see you. It will definitely be good to see you. I saw you last time when you came to our cookout, so I look forward to seeing you again. Most High be with you, King. All right, I'm going to let you go in case anybody else wants to call in, all right?
All right, shalom, priest.
Shalom.
Shalom to the chat.
Yeah, shalom. Peace. Take care. All right, first phone call went well, brothers and sisters. I'm going to put the phone number in the chat again. All right, so this is this is a new feature. Like I said, you brothers and sisters been asking me for the call-in number. So I'm putting the call-in number in the chat. If anybody wants to call in, and if anybody doesn't want to call in, then I'll move on to the next tab on my computer, and we'll keep it pushing. All right, that's the call-in number right there, brothers and sisters. All right. So in the meantime, since nobody's calling, I'm going to move on to the next tab. I'm going to share my screen. Let's go. And shalom to everybody. Make sure y'all hit the like button, man. Y'all always be having me begging like I'm standing on the side of the room with a tin cup. I gotta beg for likes. It's sad. All right, brothers and sisters, the agenda continues. The agenda continues, brothers and sisters. The New York Post continues to publish irresponsible journalism, all in hopes of tarnishing the movement. So we got to keep our foot on their proverbial necks. That's what we have to do, because they continue to lie on us. So this is an article from December 30th, 2019. Brothers and sisters, if you're not in the New York, New Jersey area, maybe you heard about this, maybe you did not hear about this, right? There was something else that went on with this guy. He went up to an upstate area where you have a lot of Amalekites where they live, all right? And he stabbed one of them, right? And of course, the New York Post, the irresponsible journalists that they are, of course, they have to throw the whole Israelite movement into this article. This guy has nothing to do with the Israelite movement whatsoever, but they threw us in there anyway. So we're going to go ahead and read the article. I'm going to ask my moderators. I don't know how many of y'all are actually in here to make sure. Matter of fact, you know what I'm going to do real quick before. Let me stop sharing my screen for 1 second. We're going to come right back to that article. We ain't going to forget about it, right? Let me just do it like this. 1 second. And every now and then I'll put it in. And let me just go ahead and copy this. Yes. Shout out to How Music. How Music is in the building. By the way, real quick, let me just go ahead and do what I need to do over here. Yeah. All right. Shout out to How Music in the building. By the way, brothers and sisters, for those of y'all that saw my new music video, I don't know how many of y'all actually saw my new music video, but How Music did my new music video, man. They did an awesome job. Thank you, How Music, for, you know what I'm saying, putting y'all brother in the best light. And also thanks to everybody that came on the comment boards or the video and showed me love. I appreciate all the kind words. All right, let's go. Let's get back to it. Let's go. Right. Let's share the screen and let's check this out. Right. All right. So here we go. This is from December 30th, 2019. Like I said, if you're not from the New York, New Jersey area, you didn't hear about it. Muncie is upstate New York, right? So you had a dude go upstate New York and go into the house of like a rabbi or something like that and stab them to death. And of course, the New York Post couldn't help themselves with their damn irresponsible journalism and decide to throw the Israelite movement inside the article. Let's go ahead and let's read this article. Like I said, brothers and sisters, if you don't know by now, you sleeping, you're never going to wake up. There is an agenda to tarnish this movement. So everything that happens, they're going to throw us in there. If it's a black person, a so-called black person, a so-called Hispanic person that does anything, they're going to throw us in there. They're going to keep throwing us in there until it can stick in the minds of the people. So you brothers and sisters, gird yourselves. We're coming into that time. Let's go. Right? Accused Muncie stabber Grafton Thomas kept journals filled with anti-Semitic writings and used a cell phone on Staten Island, according to court papers filed by federal prosecutors on Monday. So now all of a sudden, all these guys are keeping journals now. And all these guys are writing in their journals so-called anti-Semitic writings. And all of that they're trying to pin on the Israelites. Thomas, 37, even allegedly used his phone to find out where cops were protecting Jewish neighborhoods just hours before his alleged rampage, which included 5 Hanukkah celebrants inside a rabbi's home on Saturday night. Thomas filled several pages in his journals with statements that expressed his affinity with the Black Hebrew. Up right here, and we got to digest this. What's going on here? We have to digest this thing. What's going on here? Now, the irresponsible tabloid, the trash that belongs at the bottom of a birdcage called the New York Post, what they're doing now is, if somebody looks at Israelites online from home, you watch videos on from home, you're not a part of the movement, nobody knows you, nobody ever saw you, but the fact that you will watch a video, or you might say something to somebody like, you know what, them brothers is telling truth. Now, all of a sudden, you're linked to the movement. That's what they're doing. Do y'all see that? He was not an Israelite, but he expressed an affinity to the Israelites, according to the New York Post. They didn't say where he expressed this affinity. They didn't say if it was in his journal. They didn't say anything. All they did was just throw the Israelite movement in there, calling us black Hebrew Israelites. As we told you, we don't know what the hell that is. We don't know what the hell that is. But they threw the name words black Hebrew Israelites in there, and they're trying to have that term stick to us. It's a narrative that they're pushing. Okay, let's continue. Thomas fills several pages in his journal with statements that express his affinity with the black Hebrew Israelite movement and question why people mourned for anti-Semitism when there is Semitic genocide, according to a criminal complaint filed in White Plains Federal Court, whatever that means. When it says that when there is Semitic genocide, I'm going to assume that what he's saying is that we're the Semites and we're being killed off, and why nobody's mourning for that. I'm not sure that that's what this means, but I'm going to assume that's what I'm taking away from it. I don't know what you brothers and sisters take away from it, but that's what I take away from it. Let's continue. All right, I'm going to stop for a second, and I'm going to take a phone call. I'm going to stop sharing my screen for 1 second. Hold on.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail.
Maccabees TV, this is Priest Daniela. Who am I speaking with?
Speaking with Punchy.
Punchy?
That's right.
All right, peace, Punchy. I could kind of hear the computer in the background, so you might want to turn that down a little bit.
All right, I got you, brother.
No doubt.
I was just calling. It seemed like Esau and all these people seemed to forgot about the Northern Kingdom or something. Like it's always, like you said, black this, black that, man. Like they don't see a fight that the Israelites put up for the Northern Kingdom also. I know they watch the videos.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, man. They're just trying to paint it on the southern tribes at the moment. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, you're 100% right. They're leaving them out. They don't even, I guess, because, you know, you have a certain segment of the Israelite community that doesn't acknowledge the Northern Kingdom as being Israelites. So,
right.
You know, but they all accept black people as being Israelites. So I guess that we're the easiest target because they're trying to target the whole community. Like a lot of Israelite camps, especially the ones that don't accept, like, you know, natives, Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, etc. They seem to think that they're exempt from what's going on. But I'm here to tell them that when this thing goes down, we're all a target. Nobody's exempt.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But go ahead, brother. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
That, brother. What I'm saying is, like, I know they see your videos. I know they see all these camp videos. So I know they see the Northern Kingdom mixed in with us. They see us out there. The fight isn't only for the so-called black man. You know, we also, you know, I see brothers putting up the fight for the Latino man and the Native man. I know they see that. Absolutely. But it's like they refuse to recognize that for some reason and just try to make it like it's a black thing. And that's all I pretty much want to call and comment on, brother.
Well, I appreciate it, brother, and I want to thank you for supporting and watching Maccabees TV. Continue doing so. Thanks for the call, King.
I want to thank you and your camp, you know, for waking me up, man. It's like I can't go a day without watching y'all and watching other brothers with the unity in the camps that they have. And I want to thank you and your camp, man, and honors go out to you, man. You taught me a lot. You showed me a lot, brother, and I appreciate you, man.
I appreciate you, and thank you for the call, brother. I'm humbled. I appreciate you. Take care, King.
You too, brother.
All right, shalom. All right. I appreciate it. That's what it do. All right, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to let me come back over here and put that calling number on the screen again. You brothers and sisters are free to call in. Y'all been asking me. Oh, there it is. All right, somebody else is calling in. Hold on.
Obadiah.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Maccabees TV. This your brother Priest Daniela. Who am I speaking with?
Shalom, this Obadiah.
Hey, Shalom, King. All praise to the Most High. What's good, Lord?
All right. Well, you know I live up here too, in the New York, New Jersey area.
Mm-hmm.
And I want you to expound on this new law that New York City passed with NYPD and how they building this jump out squad that come after us Israelites while we teaching out in the street. So that's basically what they're trying to do.
Right. I don't remember what they called it, so maybe you can help me with that. But just to give the brothers and sisters that are watching a little bit of background as to what Brother Obadiah is talking about, The day after, if I'm not mistaken, the day after the incident in New Jersey, Bill de Blasio, which is the mayor of New York City, announced that they had been assembling a squad of NYPD detectives, captains, etc., and officers, and they are like a group that will work on identifying so-called anti-Semitic groups, anti-Semitic speech within the city, and they're going to act on it. All right, and so that can be it's very broad language that can be interpreted 100 different ways. But basically, like the brother said, at some point or another, they're going to come against the camps that are actually teaching on the street. But the first thing that they have to do, brothers and sisters, they have to identify us as a hate group, identify us as anti-Semites. So that's why they're constantly putting these things in the paper. It's irresponsible journalism. They're constantly labeling us with the title Black Hebrew Israelites, which we all need to reject. And I want to say something else too. I see some camps calling other camps Black Israelites as like as an insult because one camp is mad. That's not wise right now. I'm being honest. That is not wise. We have to, in some total, reject that term. Period. So, I totally reject that term, and I reject it for every camp, not just mine. We're not Black Israelites. We are the real Jews. But they're trying to identify us as a certain thing and have certain things stick to us so that they can go ahead and move on us. And New York City is going to be the testing ground. So the time is going to come where some of the camps may not be able to go out on the streets. So we're going to have to be more creative with pushing the word. So, yeah, they've been working on that in secret for a while, which is just another sign to us that that this is really staged. Shout out to my brother Max Bird. Thank you for the donation. I appreciate you. Always a good brother. I appreciate you, King. But go ahead, Obadiah. You want to add on to what I said?
Yeah. Another thing is, when they call us Black Hebrew Israelites in the newspaper and on the news, they're trying to create a narrative like the Panthers or something like that. That's what they're trying to make with us. But what we have to understand in this truth is we have no leader. There's no one person that you can go after. We follow the Most High in Christ. That's our king. And that's the thing the Israelites got to get through their minds. Not only that, we have to start going after these cats legally, with their slander, and start making them revise what they're writing, because that's what I want to know is how can we do that? How can we go after these newspapers and stuff like that with legal actions, to stop trying to, paint us in a picture that we're not these type of people that they're trying to call us.
Well, that's an excellent question. The first thing I'm going to say is that these are conversations that I'm going to bring up at the next Israelite Summit in Fort Lauderdale. We have to have these conversations. I think that every camp should have some type of legal representation. Doesn't matter if you and your camp, y'all don't have a lot of money and everything like that. There's ways to have legal representation. I won't talk about that online, but every camp should have some sort of legal representation or some type of contingency plan to have a lawyer on call or something. The thing is that they're not really identifying any individual. I'm not a lawyer, so I really can't. That's kind of a tough question for me to answer. But I will say they're not particularly identifying any camp where a camp would come forward and be like, okay, that was slander, we're going to sue. They're kind of throwing us all in the same bucket. However, when I get back to the article momentarily, you're going to see that they did identify one camp. So that camp could probably sue. They probably can. And let's say that they call my camp out, then yeah, we can get together and we could sue as well. But one of the things that we're going to have to do, and it sounds very generic, is that Israelites are going to have to learn how to communicate. And right now, that's our biggest problem. The powers that be behind the scenes are playing off of all the division in Israel. Every camp is trying to basically be like, well, it ain't us, it's them. It ain't us, it's them. Like everybody's just for themselves. Right. You see what I'm saying? And that's that shit is evil as hell, man. We're all in the, listen, man, I know brothers don't like what I said, but we're all in this together, man. When they said that they keep calling the Black Hebrew Israelites a group. I'm going to show y'all in a minute. I got a video queued up that some of y'all didn't see. They keep pushing this narrative that the Israelites are a group. Okay, that's not innocuous language that's being used for nothing. They're calling us a group because they're lumping us all together, whether you accept it or not. That's what's happening. That's what I see anyway. But go ahead, brother. I'm sorry.
No, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. That's what they're trying to do. But see, the problem.
Salaki King, I don't mean to interrupt you. Sorry, brother. 1 second. Yeah, to the people that's watching on Facebook, maybe some of y'all wanted to call in too, and you can't because I'm not sharing the number on Facebook. I don't have a window open. So if you want to call in, you want to see the number, you got to come on YouTube. Go ahead, brother. Sorry.
Right. So with us, what we got to do is, like Pre said, we got to be smart about how we answer questions, and we got to definitely stop that. That's not us, that's them, and all this kind of stuff like that. We all in this together. Like I said, we have no leader. You know, our leader is Christ. You know, period. We have to stand together. If you talk about one camp, you're talking about all camps. You need to put all of that nonsense away. Stop with that nonsense and stop acting like Negroes and stick to our nationality and to our heritage, because our heritage ain't nobody's movement. This is us. We taking back what they took from us, and that's all we're doing is showing the people that this is who we stand with. This is what we're all about. But we can't do that if we keep pointing fingers at other brothers, talking about this camp or that camp or whatever the case may be. We got to be smarter than that.
And you know what's so funny?
They want us to divide.
That's right. You know what's so funny? I tell brothers in my camp this all the time. You got camps that make videos about me. You have Israelites that have slandered me many times. But yet when I have an opportunity to return the favor, I never do. I never do. And some of the same camps that have slandered me, if somebody was to come and speak evil of them, I would defend them because I understand the bigger picture of what's going on. So that's how I'm looking at it. So I'm not asking nobody to do something that I wouldn't do myself. Straight up and down. I don't give a damn what somebody else say about me. I don't care. At the end of the day, I know the bigger agenda, the elites, the powers that be is against us all. So we're going to have to learn how to interact with each other and deal with each other to a certain level. And even if somebody is, listen, man, I told a good brother, I ain't going to say his name, man. I told him members of his camp are super disrespectful. Super disrespectful. Dudes that have been in the truth 4 and 5 years is talking to me who's been in this truth almost 30, like you know what I'm saying, just disrespectfully. And yet and still I don't take it personal because I understand them dudes is simple, they don't know nothing. So I don't even take it personal because there's a bigger agenda that's going on than some of these, I'm not trying to be funny, but some of these peon brothers understand. There's a bigger agenda going on, and we're gonna have to learn how to coexist with each other, because I'm gonna tell you something, if not, the powers that be is gonna play on all the division amongst the Israelites, which they're already doing. And we're going to become like Reservoir Dogs. If y'all never saw that movie, Reservoir Dogs, everybody just turned on each other. And that's what this community is right now. And not just us, the conscious community is that way too. They're all over there turning on each other too right now. It's crazy. But go ahead, brother. I'm going to give you the last word, but then I got to go. I want to let somebody else come on. Go ahead, King.
All right. And then another thing is, brothers, we can't be hiding who we are. You know, it's not for us to be, you know our characters. Don't hide your fringes because they want to try to lump you in with some nonsense or whatever the case may be. Don't do that because you making yourself look like you guilty of something. Right. We're not guilty of anything. We just telling and teaching our people who they are. If they don't like it, they don't like it. Because at the end of the day, no matter how we put it, the Messiah chose us. And we know the people that just don't get it, they don't get it. Bottom line, we don't need to break our necks trying to convince anyone. But amongst ourselves, we got to stop this nonsense.
Con, all praises, King. I appreciate you calling. I appreciate all your support always, brother. Most High be with you, and I'm calling anytime, King.
All praises, brother.
Con, shalom. Shalom. All right. All right, brothers and sisters. So I know some of y'all were calling in, but I was on the phone with my brother. So I'm gonna go back to the article. I'm gonna drop the number in here again for y'all to call in. Oh, forget it. Somebody's calling in. Hold on.
To accept, press 1.
Maccabees TV, this is Priest Daniela. Who am I speaking with?
The CEO Jones.
Hey, peace.
Calling out of Washington,
D.C. in the building. We're going to be in that area for Passover, Lord willing, down in Baltimore, my Lord. So talk to me. What can I do for you today?
Yeah, I just sitting back enjoying the show, gathering some of the information that you guys are talking about. a lot of things that the brothers and sisters are bringing out in the chat, as well as in the conversation that you guys are having, is more about consolidating Israel as a whole. A lot of times, I think we fail as a people because we have so many different factions of divisive things going on as far as the music industry, as far as like even the conscious community, even as far as like the Hebrew Israelite community. I believe that, this is just my opinion, I believe if it was a way that we could consolidate everybody on, like, make it something like Netflix, some place where we can direct people straight to Israel. That's it. You know, and people, I believe people will gravitate toward it and allow people to research for themselves to form their own opinions about these Israelite camps, these conscious, because the Israelite camp not the only ones under attack. There's conscious community people as well. Anybody that's saying be black, you under attack right now. Dr. Boyce Watkins, he's under attack right now for his Lizzo comments and things like that. So just in short, I believe it has to be a way coming into whatever it is that we're going to call it 2020 or whatever, that we consolidate Israel and make it more accessible for people to access Israel to get factual information. Because we're getting information from the news, we already know what time it is. We're getting it from somebody outside of us, it's automatically going to be damaging to our movement, our goals and prosperity and things of that nature.
Right, absolutely. I agree with you 100%, man. Absolutely, 100%. We definitely got to come together in this time. And brothers and sisters, I'm imploring you, when y'all see news on the news, and it's, don't believe everything you read right away. Sit back, observe, and study before you brothers and sisters post on social media, because I'm telling you, they're trying to tarnish this movement, and the media will go stop at no lengths to do so, brother. I'm going to give you the final word, brother. Go ahead, man.
No, I just enjoy the show. Be faithful, be peaceful. You know, we in it to win it. So, you know, much success in the future and things like that. I'm looking forward to seeing you when you come down. I'm not, you know, quote unquote, a Hebrew Israelite, but I do believe what you teach. You know, sometimes, you know, we waver on things. So everything I don't understand, you know, I read up on it. I try to get a better understanding of it, and we all fall short. So, your classes are helping me, you know, toward the right direction, which is a great thing.
Oh man, I appreciate it, brother. I'm humbled by that, and Lord be with you, and hopefully we'll speak again soon. Take care of yourself, all right?
Peace, Ken.
Peace. Peace and blessings. Mika, I see you in the building. What you peeking at? What you looking at? Mika, what you peeking at? Ah, man. Yes, indeed, family. All right, so not bad, not bad. It's good to talk to some of y'all. I never talked to some of y'all before, so it's actually good to do so. Yeah, this is not, the caller feature is not bad. I'm sure eventually somebody gonna make me regret it. That's the calling number. I know some of y'all were calling in, but the line was busy. All right, got somebody else calling in. All right, let's see who this is.
Joshua.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail.
Maccabees TV. It's your brother, Priest Daniel Allah. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Shalom. This is Brother Joshua from Milwaukee.
Brother Joshua, what's going on, King? Shout out to Milwaukee. Shout out to Milwaukee in the building, man.
For you to be your age,
you might want to turn me down. Turn me down in the background, King, if you could. Turn me down in the background.
I was just saying that from the knowledge I learned from you so far, man, may the Most High keep blessing you with the knowledge, man.
Oh, man, I'm humble. Thank you so much, brother. I appreciate that greatly, man. I appreciate it. Seriously, like I'm humble, man.
I got one more thing, because certain brothers is preaching. Certain brothers is preaching about we don't need to wear the fringes.
Right. Right. Well, we were commanded to wear the fringes, and Christ said, think not that I've come to destroy the law or the prophets. I've come not to destroy, but to fulfill. Christ came to fulfill all the things in the Old Testament that was written about him, but he didn't do away with any of those commandments. So yeah, we still got to wear them fringes, man. We still got to wear them fringes to remember to keep the commandments. Absolutely.
And I'm Joshua Hicks on Facebook. You hit me up anytime, man.
I will definitely, man. Thank you for the call. Shout out to you and the little one crying in the background. Shout out to y'all, man. Take care of yourself.
Yeah, shalom,
Shalom, King. Hey, man. Elohim Beats. Yeah, I'll do something else on Oliver Cromwell. Absolutely, I'll do something on Oliver Cromwell. Oliver Cromwell.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Hey, peace and blessings. Give me 1 second before you talk. 1 second. Elohim Beats. I'm gonna do something on Oliver Cromwell real soon. Just so you brothers and sisters know. So you had, just to answer your question real quick. So you had this Stuart dynasty with King James, right? And after him came his son Charles I, and then Charles I was beheaded. And Oliver Cromwell, which was an Edomite, a so-called white man, he became the Lord Protector of England. And after Oliver Cromwell died, the Stuarts took back over. So that's a very, very concise, brief history. I'll go into it absolutely. Definitely. And by the way, Oliver Cromwell was responsible for shipping a lot of our people into the Caribbean as well. A lot of the Irish were shipped off into Barbados by Oliver Cromwell. A lot of us, our people, were shipped down into Barbados. This is Maccabees TV. Who am I talking to?
Hallelujah. Shalom Urakom Bashem Yah. This is Chief Zebulon Belowedekia.
Oh, my brother from another mother, man.
I know.
Hallelujah.
What's good, Aki?
I'm great, man. Thank you for calling in, my Lord, man. How's everything?
All is well. You know, the Most High is magnificent. Greatly to be praised, Aki.
Yes,
how's everything on your end? Well, I know how things is on your end. You're out there doing the work, so that's a good look.
Yes. Absolutely, man. Listen, man, it's a pleasure to talk to you. Talk to me, brother. What can I do for you today, man?
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, there's a couple things I wanted to say, but obviously, we don't speak war strategies on air. So I'm gonna throw something inbox wise or however, whatever. I'm just not gonna say it over the lines or whatever. But I just wanted to just say, man, I love what you're doing, man. I always, I tell people, man, definitely check in on Maccabees TV because again, we're not controlling outside of Maccabees TV. We're not controlling the narrative of what transpires concerning our people. Anytime that we want to get information or what's going on in the news or whatever, we're always going to some CNN source or we're going to some Fox source. We're always going to somewhere where they're going to control the narrative, and then they'll pull people in to interview them on their turf. So they're still controlling the narrative, even though we're trying to combat it. So when we have a platform like Maccabees TV, I think that we as Israel it would behoove us to support, whether financially, sharing the videos or otherwise. Just wanted to say that, and just again, Aki, I see what you're doing out there, man. It's real easy for us as a people to get bogged down by what's going on Facebook and all of these these different social media platforms. People speaking against the truth, not just outsiders, but even Israel. Even Israel, who when you start bringing certain messages, they don't want to hear that. They want to hear docile type of information. So when you're putting out your information, I just have to acknowledge and got to salute, the brothers, the generals, the priests, and all of the brothers that are out there and the sisters who are putting in this work, who don't get those accolades on a regular basis. We applaud tomfoolery, but we don't applaud our leaders. And so for that, I just wanted to just call in and salute you, Aki. We've been doing this for around the same amount of time since like '93, man. So I see your work, and I wanted to respect that.
Man, I'm humbled, and thank you so much for calling. And I would be honored, brother, if you'll come back on. We'll talk in the inbox if you'll come back on. This brother is a magnificent author, brothers and sisters. This brother wrote about, how many books have you written now? About 6 or 7?
Well, without 15. I didn't want to throw that out there like that. But nonetheless, Kodayah for that, man. Because
yes.
again, this is, we're all out here trying to do our respective portion. Whatever our portion is, whether it's teaching on the streets, whether it's writing, whether it's music, whatever it is. We all got our portion. That we present before the Most High. So yeah, man, I definitely want to link up with you, holler at you. Like I said, there's a couple things I wanted to ask you, but I just don't want to say it over the line because again, you have certain people listening that may be against what we're trying to do. Right. So I don't want to put certain war strategies out there to tip the enemy off.
Yes, absolutely, man. So I appreciate you calling in. We'll be in touch in the inbox, and we'll definitely set something up. And the Most High continue to bless and keep you and continue doing the great work that you're doing, which we're going to do a whole show around that so people can definitely be familiar with that and support you, King.
Okay, likewise unto you and yours, Aki, and Shalom B'Ashem Yah, Shalom B'Ashem Yah.
All praises. Shalom, King.
Hallelujah.
All right, man. All right. No, Black Atheist, this doesn't pertain to a particular camp. This is where we Israelites meet. You know what I'm saying? Everybody meets over on Sonetta's page. And so we're building something where we have a place to meet as well. And I'm trying to make this one of the places. I'm not saying it's going to be the only place, but it's definitely going to be a place where we can meet. And even people that may not believe, you guys can come on here and be part of the dialogue as well. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to come to an understanding and wake our people up.
Press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Turn the radio down in the background. Turn the volume down in the background if you could, caller. You are on Maccabees TV. This is Priest Daniela. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Shalom, King. Malak, AOC. What's good, King?
Who?
It's your East, my brother. The one.
Malak.
Malak.
From where? From what camp? COA? No.
Brother Daniel.
The mic. Oh. Hey, man. Shalom to the mighty AOC. We got the mighty ambassadors of Christ. AOC in the building. I got my man Malak. Shalom, King. What's good? Talk to me.
Hey, what's good, man? No, I wanted to call in and two things. First and foremost, I just wanted to ask, are you and everybody else ready? When the ball drops at 12, be gonna get out of this captivity. Remember, it's 400 years, right?
Yeah. I would love if that were the case. If this captivity will be over when the ball drops, but I'm not optimistic about that, King.
Okay. Yeah, man. Also, I heard somebody speaking, asking about the, regarding King James and the stewards. So I would have posed this question. Since I know it's past beyond God and knowing the kingdom and everything. So, do you plan on compiling a book with all the information that you've gathered regarding King James and the Stewart family and all the controversy regarding him, and just compiling all the information that you have, and just I know you have the presentations that you've been working on. You still have your bullets in the chamber regarding that. But do you ever plan on just compiling it all into just one major book? That's definitely needed.
Yeah, the water for that question, King. And to be honest with you, it's something that I think about a lot, but it's so much. I ain't got to tell you because I'm saying you and Hashar, y'all work closer together. When you are part of a camp, especially when you're in a leadership position, it's so much on the table. Like, I'm saying, so much that you want to do, but then you get hit with so many other things that it's hard to stay focused on one thing. By the time, like, I'll be really focused on doing something like that, and then I'll get hit with something from left field that I got to deal with, and then by the time I come back to it, like, the spirit is gone, if that makes sense, right? But that's no excuse, because the people need the information. So with that being said, you put me on the spot, and I know you did that for a reason. So I have to put a book out about that. It's only right. That can be my legacy. Hopefully that will outlive me should this kingdom continue. So yes, I'm going to put a book out on that. Yes, I'm going to put a book out on that as well. Mm-hmm.
Because I know the distractions always come, and sometimes like the inspiration to put things together. Sometimes it comes in spurts, you know. So like I know that's how it works for me. Sometimes when putting together presentations, sometimes I just don't be in the mood to work on it. And when the inspiration hits, all right, let me I gotta put it to use. Let me finish working on this. Let me do this. Let me do that. But yeah, man. I'm definitely looking forward to you putting a book like that together because we have ancient modern day Britons and all that stuff, but there's not a book that compiles everything.
Right.
Yeah. All the information, that's definitely missing, and nobody in Israel can see you when it comes to that information, when it comes to that topic. Like, nobody's up there on that mountain with you. So, ain't nobody that's going to be able to do it but you, But, most high willing, you get that out. Cause people definitely need that.
Well, brother, you know what to do, man. Just like I'll be a little bit on your case about what I asked you to do. So you got to return the favor, brother. Sometimes you got to, give me a little friendly nudge. Maybe sometimes you got to give me a little hard push. You know what I'm saying? It's all in love. I ain't going to take it no way, but I'll need that because I'm not going to front, brother. If you don't, I'm going to be on it one day and then I'm going to be off it for a week. And I'll be on it one day, then I'll be off it for a month and it'll never come out. So, yeah, brother. Just stay on me about that. You heard? All right, Most High bless, man. AOC in the building. Khan, shalom. Right, all praises, all praises. That was beautiful. Yeah, man. That's one of my fatal flaws that the scriptures speak about, being honest with the people, and I don't take myself too seriously, brothers and sisters. Like I'm all over the place sometimes, and I don't finish projects. And I hear about it all the time. My brother Malak came and, said it in front of y'all. I don't mind. I don't be finishing projects that I start. That's not good. Like I promise y'all things sometimes and I don't even finish it. But it's really not because y'all just, it's a lot of stuff on my plate. Y'all don't even know. But that's no excuse. Okay. So those of y'all that was calling in, I apologize. Shout out to everybody on Facebook. Hit the like button, family, if you didn't already, please. Let me go back to this article. In the meantime, some of y'all were calling. I was talking. I didn't get a chance to get to y'all. I apologize. So let's come back to the article. I'm going to share my screen until I get another phone call. Let's go. So once again, we're reading a New York Post article concerning a stabbing that took place this past Saturday up in Muncie, New York, upstate New York. And of course, they're trying to throw the Israelites in the mix when we have nothing to do with this, but that's the agenda. So let's start this paragraph right here. Matter of fact, let me come back up so you brothers and sisters can see the article title. It's called Muncie Stabbing Suspect Grafton Thomas Kept Anti-Semitic Journals, right? This is in the New York Post. This was from December 30th. And let's start here again. Thomas filled several pages in his journal with statements that expressed an affinity with the Black Hebrew Israelites. So he wasn't a part of the movement. He wasn't a part of any camp, but he looked at a video or something, and that's good enough to accuse us all. That's what they're doing. And as we keep saying, we don't know what a Black Hebrew Israelite is. Okay, I got a call coming in, so let's go ahead and see who this is.
To accept, press 1. To send a...
Maccabees TV. This is your brother, Priest Daniela.
Shalom.
Shalom. Who am I speaking to, and where you calling from, King?
I'm calling from Boston. My thought is the name.
Hey, okay. So talk to me. How can I assist you today?
I just want to thank you. I didn't know about you to this year that this didn't happen. And I like the information you're putting out. I'm just letting you know. Thank you for that. And then it's been helpful out here because there's a couple of people that I was talking about it. I got it from my friend that was looking at Macab TV, and I was like, okay, let me check you out. I check you out. Everything was perfect. I like the live you've been doing right now. So that's what I call for. So
All right. Well, I appreciate the call, brother. I'm definitely humbled by those kind words. I appreciate it, man. I'm glad that something I said resonates and it helps you and anybody else that's been watching. I appreciate that, brother. Please continue to watch, and I'll do my best to try to bring y'all as good information as I can, as often as I can, King. Most High be with you.
One more thing.
Yes, go ahead.
The thing is, right? Just say we will see our teachers, and I consider you a teacher, right? So thank you very much. Okay.
Thank you so much. Lord be with you. All right, shalom.
Shalom. Okay.
Shalom.
Thank you.
All right. Let's go back to the article. All right. So, yeah, he expressed an affinity with the Black Hebrew Israelite movement and questioned why people mourn for anti-Semitism when there is Semitic genocide, according to a criminal complaint filed in White Plains Federal Court. In one passage, Thomas stated that Hebrew Israelites took from the powerful people Ebionic reference to Black Hebrew Israelites, some of whom have been labeled as anti-Semitic according to the complaint. Brothers and sisters, learn something real quick, right? When you see something in parentheses, that means that the person that wrote this added that. Dude didn't say it. They added that. They added that. Added to his words. But of course, the post is trash, so why wouldn't they? Let's continue. Earlier this month, the Post exclusively revealed that the Jersey City killers who gunned down a detective, then slaughtered 3 people in a kosher market on December 10th, had attended services at a reputed Black Hebrew Israelite church in Harlem. Brothers and sisters, in case you didn't know, right? That man and that woman attended that church or that congregation over 5 years ago. They haven't been seen there in over 5 years. So when they were interested in the Israelite movement, they weren't violent. That's what we've been telling y'all. When they were interested in the movement, they weren't violent. What they were doing after the 5 years, during the 5 years that they hadn't been around, we don't know. They could have been, for all we know, going to church. They could have been selling drugs. The woman could have been a stripper. We don't know what the hell was going on. What we do know is that they weren't seen at that church in over 5 years, as I showed you in the previous video. But yet and still, they're trying to attach it to us. Why are we not surprised? All right. The Israelite Church of God in Jesus Christ, which denies being a Black Hebrew Israelite organization, good for them. I might have my differences with them, but good for them. They deny being Black Israelites because there's no such thing. We are the Israelites and we're the Jews. Later said it had no affiliation whatsoever with slain killers David Anderson and Francine Graham, and denounced their unspeakable and deplorable actions, as we all have. Thomas's journals, which were seized from the home he shares with his mom, also contain alleged references to Adolf Hitler and Nazi culture. Wait a minute. So on one hand, he was referencing the Israelites, but on the other hand, he was referencing Adolf Hitler and the Nazis. Those are diametrically opposed to each other. So this is BS. On the same page as drawing of a Star of David and a swastika. So on the same page in his journal, he had a Star of David and a swastika. Man, I smell a rat. This is garbage to me. And by the way, none of us will ever really see these journals. So this is based on what the Post tell us, and the Post is garbage. Okay. A search of a cell phone found in Thomas's car shows he used it repeatedly to repeatedly search the internet for the phrase, "Why did Hitler hate the Jews?" Most recently on December 26th, and to look up German Jewish temples near me, Zionist temples in Staten Island, Elizabeth, New Jersey, the complaint says. On Saturday, the phone was also allegedly used to access an article titled "New York City Increases Police Presence in Jewish Neighborhoods After Possible Anti-Semitic Attack." Here's what we know. Thomas is expected to appear in court in connection with the complaint with charges, which charges him with 5 counts of a federal hate crime later on Monday. And you can see that this guy is half out. Hold on a second. You can look and you can see that this guy is half out of his mind, right? And I was reading in other newspapers that this dude is supposedly on meds, whatever like that. So we don't know what the hell is going on. We don't know what the hell is going on. What we do know is that these things that are going on have nothing to do with this movement, but they're trying really hard to paint us and accuse us, because that is the agenda. I'm going to stop sharing for 1 second. Brothers and sisters, if you're in the building, please hit the like button. Now, I'm not going to be on this next video too long, and I'm about to end this. I really wanted to test out the call feature. It looks like it works pretty well. So all praise to the Most High for that. Let me show you, brothers and sisters, one other thing. Now, somebody shared this on Facebook, and I made it through about 4 minutes, and I had to turn it off because it's just madness. It's just madness. But I'm showing it to y'all because maybe y'all might want to visit this page too. Visit and have some kind words with this lady whose page this is. Israel already been over there giving her hell, so maybe some more of y'all want to go over there too. Let me show y'all what I'm talking about. Let me share my screen again. Right? All of a sudden now, everybody's an expert on the Israelite movement. All of a sudden, everybody is an expert, right? So now we have this chick. Who are the Black Hebrew Israelites, right? Now, I can't take credit for this video because somebody shared it on social media and I saw it. I actually saw it from my brother Nawa from AOC Chicago. Shout out to him. He actually shared this on his page. So I'm just jumping on the wave. Y'all can see Israel. Shout out to y'all, man. That's on this. Every week we already on this. Y'all can see she got 13 likes and 116 dislikes. Let's bring her up to 200 or 300 dislikes. All right. Go to her page and thumbs the video down and leave her a very nice comment on her page. Right. Who are the Black Hebrew Israelites? Let's just listen to a few minutes. Brothers and sisters, I did not watch this whole video. I made it about 4 minutes in, had to turn it off because it's just total BS. But what I'm showing y'all is y'all should be seeing the narrative now. Everybody's calling us Black Israelites based on the media pushing that narrative. And everybody is saying the Black Israelites are a group. I've been saying this, but a lot of people are not listening. Oh, you think that it's them over there? It's that camp over there? No, they said we're a group. So we know that there's separation. We know that there's division between the different camps. We know that we're all different, but the media is pushing a different narrative, and the majority of the people are following that narrative that we're a group. And so when something happens, no matter how much you say it ain't me, because I know it ain't me, it ain't LOI, it ain't AOC, it ain't the Maccabees Alliance Council, but the people outside, it's all of us. That's how they're looking at it. Take it or leave it. Let's listen a little bit to this video real quick. Listen.
Okay, we are live. Sasha, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear.
Yay! Okay.
This dude's name is Pastor Sasha Balatnikov. Let me tell y'all right now, this dude barely speaks English. I don't even know how the hell long he's been in this country. But all of a sudden, you are expert on the Israelites. This is insane.
For those who were watching earlier or who were not watching, I guess, we tried to do this about an hour ago
and that's her YouTube page, Rachel Hyman. Y'all see the title, Who are the Black Hebrew Israelites? Rachel Hyman. Pay her a visit. Make sure y'all hit the thumbs down on the video and say hello to her on the comment boards. Let's go.
Another location where I had a better setup, or at least I thought I did, but the internet Wi-Fi connection was working too hot. So it sounds like it's working now, right, Sasha? Do I still sound okay?
Yeah, you sound perfectly fine.
Fabulous. So do you. Awesome. Well, let's create an awesome show for our listeners. Guys, today I really wanted to talk about the Black Hebrew Israelites. They're a group that I personally never really knew much about, but I had heard about. My friend Sasha here emailed me a link to a YouTube video, I don't know, like 4 months ago or so, of a Seventh-day Adventist Christian pastor who was promoting some of the ideology of the Black Hebrew Israelite movement, which was a little shocking and even embarrassing for me as a Jew who's also a Seventh-day Adventist.
Wait, no, we can't let that slide. We can't let that slide. She said she's a Jew who was a Seventh-day Adventist. What? Huh? The Most High gave the Jews the seventh day and hallowed it and called it the Sabbath. So how in the hell you as a so-called Jew will also call yourself a Seventh-day Adventist? How stupid. Man, let's hear that again. That was insane.
Black Hebrew Israelite movement, which was a little shocking and even embarrassing for me as a Jew who's also a Seventh-day Adventist. And this past week, when an assailant entered a Jewish supermarket and killed 3 Jewish people there,
Now, what's up with that racism right there? Did y'all catch that? What's up with that racism right there? Last I checked, wasn't somebody in the grocery store also Spanish as well? What they call so-called Spanish? Wasn't somebody in there so-called Spanish as well? Why are they only mentioning that 3 so-called Jews were shot? What about the other person? What about the other person?
It is documented that he was. It was reported that he had an interest in the Black Hebrew Israelite movement.
So he wasn't an Israelite. He had an interest in the Israelites. This dude was in his home, in his damn living room, grabbing images from Google Images and putting it on his social media. That's it. He wasn't affiliated with the Israelites whatsoever, but just by watching videos, just by grabbing images off of Google Images, or the fact that he visited a school 5 years ago and nobody knows what he did since then, all of a sudden now y'all linking him to the movement. This is in a complete agenda that they're pushing, a complete agenda, and they're all parroting the same false narrative. Because I know some of y'all keep saying, why you keep talking? We're going to keep talking about it because they keep talking about it. And they keep lying. So every time we catch them in a lie, we're going to bust them on it. Straight up. Let's continue.
And so today we really wanted to focus on who are these people and where are they from and how did they develop this ideology. With me here today is Sasha Blutnikov, who has a PhD in Judaic Studies from Hebrew Union College, which is a very prestigious, fabulous Jewish university here in Ohio. Where is it again?
Yeah, I was in Ohio because it has 3 campuses in the United States, in New York, in LA, and in Cincinnati, Ohio, also a campus in Jerusalem.
He is from Mother Russia, and is an expert on the Israelites. How convenient is that?
But their school of graduate studies is in Cincinnati, Ohio.
Okay, awesome. And this school trains rabbis and cantors, and actually, in fact, back in the day, my cousin was actually the head of their cantorial department. He was a cantor himself. So my family has connections to that school. And what's really interesting about Sasha Blutnikov is that he also has a degree from the Christian University, Andrews University, and he is a professor now with Andrews University through the Shalom Learning Center, which is a center that he directs with the North American Division for Seventh-day Adventists. So Sasha has an awesome background. He is both Jewish and Seventh-day Adventist.
So he's also a so-called Jew and a Seventh-day Adventist. So the Most High gave the Jews the 7th day, and these demons turn around and join a religion called a Seventh-day Adventist. Backwards as hell.
And he has a master's degree in Old Testament theology from Andrews and Judaic Studies from Hebrew Union College. Today, Sasha, we want you to educate us about what I'm just going to call the BHIs, because it's a mouthful.
That's another term that they use against us. They either call us Black Hebrew Israelites or BHIs. You also hear Mark Reiser using that term a lot as well. They all are playing from the same playbook, all of them.
The Black Hebrew Israelites. So tell us about the BHIs. Who are they, and what's up with that group?
What's up with that group? What's up with that group?
This group.
This group. That's the same thing that the media was saying in all their newspapers, all their periodicals.
Is about the identity, I would say.
You're right about that. We are about the identity of who the real Jews are. You're right about that.
Summarize. What they believe that real Israelites are the ones who ended up in West Africa, particularly some of their literature, they cite the tribe of Igbo, which is in Ghana and Nigeria, and then they were brought as slaves to America.
All right, that's about all I can do, brother. I can't take it. Dude got ears as big as Dumbo. Look at his Dumbo ears over there. This dude got ears as big as Dumbo, like he about to fly away any second. This dude looks like he needs to go on a flush and lose about 30 pounds. He probably got a lot of crap in his gut. He probably eats pork because he's a 7-day Adventist. So he probably eats a lot of pork, shrimp, lobster, and crab. Probably has high blood pressure and all that. I can't take it, man. I'm not gonna make it through the rest of this video. I know it's trash. I'm only showing it to y'all so y'all can see her YouTube page and you can see the name of the video. And if you have some free time, go over there and dislike the video and say hello. All right? Enough of that. Like, you know, these guys are not going to stop with this stupid narrative. We just got to stay on top of it. That's all. That is it. That is all. Simple as that, brothers and sisters. So I'm about to get out of here momentarily. Let me see if anybody else wants to come in. I'm going to drop the number in one more time. Last time, and I'm about to get out of here now. I ain't gonna stay on too much longer. That's the calling number. If anybody else wants to call in, I'm gonna give y'all another minute or two. If I don't get any calls, I am out of here. Yeah. Sisters of the Maccabees. She looked like she likes the taste of carpet. She does look like she likes the taste of carpet. She does. Absolutely. In the meantime, family. While I'm waiting, I'm gonna give y'all like another minute or two. Did you brothers and sisters check out my new music video? If you saw my new music video, put 1 in the chat. Put 1 in the chat if you saw my new music video. Put 1 in the chat. Y'all supporting your brother or what? All right. My usual people that support me. All right, my usual people. Some of y'all didn't see it, man. Shout out to my man, Brother Malik, all the time. Malik, I got to bring you on too, bro. I got to bring you on. My man, Brother Malik, goes in, man. Brother Malik goes in. I got to bring him on. Andrew Harris, thank you for that. I appreciate it. Thank you. So what I'm about to do, brothers and sisters, ain't nobody calling. Y'all don't want to talk to me? So fine. I'm about to get out of here. What I'm going to do, I'm going to drop the new video in the chat right now. For those of y'all that didn't see it, I'm going to drop my new video in the chat. Check it out. Make sure that y'all let me know what y'all think. You can be honest. If you don't like it, if it's whack, then you tell me it's whack. You know what I'm saying? Let me know. I need to know so I could do better next time. Now I'm about to drop the music video in the chat right now. Here's the link. Check it out. Click on it. Leave a comment. Let me know what y'all think. Thanks to everybody that has supported. Thanks to everybody that supports Maccabees TV. I love y'all. There's the link. Click that right now. This is your brother, Priest Daniel, Alliance of Israel, Maccabees Alliance Council. I may be back tomorrow. I don't know. I'll see how I feel. Shalom.